Your personal development matters the most from where you are right now. Bring your career into new heights with our affordable and quality in-demand virtual training programs designed just for you. Give your career a boost with a course or a training from Stellar Training Consultancy Services and join thousands of professionals from different walks of life in a learning and development session that fascinates you, motivates you, challenges you to learn new things that you'll use forever in a career you'll love. Find the right training for you today here at Stellar Training Consultancy Services, bringing excellence to professionals.
You found us! If you're watching this, you might be looking for training certifications, workshops, webinars, or conferences that is affordable, accessible, reliable, and commendable. Stellar Training Consultancy Services can help you with your certification needs. From leadership and administrative trainings to general topics, we got it all here. With partners being served such as Department of Health, Philippine Coast Guard, Department of Labor and Employment, Department of Trade Industry, and many more organizations and agencies. There's no more reliable provider than STCS. So hurry, send us a message, and find excellence with STCS.
Ama namin, pakinggan mo po ang pagtawag namin sa iyong banal na pangalan. Basbasan mo po ang aming pagtitipon at kami kaluguran mo sa araw na ito. Pagyamanin mo po, Panginoon, at maging nakaayon sa iyong kalooban ang aming pagkikita-kita mula sa simula hanggang katapusan. Masalamin nawa namin ang layunin mong dakila sa aming buhay at may sagawa namin ngayon ang aming mga gawain na may kabutihan at pag-ibig sa aming kapwa. Kami po'y naninikluhod sa iyong harapan na kami iyong patnubayan at iwaksi sa aming kaisipan ang anumang masasamang kaisipan, inggit at pakikipag-alit sa aming mga kasama. Bigyan mo kami ng sapat na lakas at katalinuhan upang maibahagi naman namin ang aming makakaya sa aming mga kasama sa pagtitipon na ito. Panalangin namin ang lahat ng ito sa pangalan ng iyong bugtong na anak na si Jesus. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, telas ng sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit kong bagaw, ay ginagang tula, kawin sa paglayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitigil, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitigil, luman ang araw ng walhagin pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo, aming ligaya na pagkay mga amin, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon everyone. Yes, naririnig niyo po ba ako?
Yes, ma'am. Naririnig po. Loud and clear.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon po, ma'am. Ma'am Mafela, correct po ba? Oo. Okay. So, yes, I can see here the one name admin, can you also have it changed po using your complete name? Okay. Sino po? Okay. Yung ano po, yung may pangalan na admin, pwede po bang ano, pa-edit po ito and then pa-change ng complete name nyo po? Okay. Alright. Anyways, good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po pala si Rezeni Galyaga, and I'm gonna be your trainer for today. If you find difficult to pronounce my name, you can just call me Zenny na lang po. Okay? Kamusta po? Kamusta yung iba? And can I ask everyone to just please open your camera for at least 20 minutes before we start our topic para at least makita po naman kayo namin. Oo. Open cam po muna tayo, very quick lang, and then right after that, we can close it back naman po. Okay, I can see here we have Ma'am Mafela, Sir Noel Barcela, Ma'am Robelyn, and Ma'am Joy May. Also, Sir Leo Sab. Okay, I remember Sir Leo, you attended last time's training. So welcome back po. Okay, so again, everyone, I just want to actually get to know you more before we start with our training proper. So since I already introduced myself, oh, by the way, yes, let me just introduce myself completely. So again, I am Roseni Galyago. I previously worked as a manager in an ESL company that handles 45 employees. It's actually a Korean ESL company. And then currently I am also working as a trainer in a virtual front desk representative. So I am the one training those virtual front desk agents before they go on board to actually assist guests from the hotel. So yeah, so nice to meet you everyone. Now it's time, it's your turn. So Mama Fella, can you start with this one?
Hi, good afternoon. I am Ophelia Erowato. I used to work in an academic institution, Western Philippines University here in Palawan, but recently I transferred at the local government unit where I am handling administrative post, records officer in particular.
Okay, thank you so much, Mama Fella. So how about Sir Noel Barcela?
Hello, good
If you're
afternoon po.
okay, yes, naririnig na. Oo.
Yes. I'm Arnold Barcela, presently administering school. I'm the school administrator part-time. And I also work as a Paris space, full-time Paris space and part-time holding the school as administrator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much din po. Now let's call on Robelyn Apid. Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon. If you're talking po, you are on mute. Can you please unmute first?
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yes,
Can you
we can hear you
ma'am?
na.
Okay. I'm Robin Apid, working po sa isang structured cabling company here in Santa Rosa, handling admin department po.
Okay, nice to meet you, ma'am, and welcome.
Okay
Next,
po,
we
thank you.
have Ma'am Joy May Pumarin. Ma'am Joy May, nandyan po ba kayo? Hello po? Okay. Baka nag-quick bio si Ma'am Joy May. Let's move on na lang with Sir Leo. Leo Sab. Hello, Sir Leo? Can you open your camera po? Hello, sir? Hold on. Give me just a quick sec, guys. Mm. Okay. Nakapag-lunch na ba lahat? Kamusta naman yung lunch? Ma'am Joy May? Can you hear us na po?
Yes po, ma'am. Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Ah,
Okay,
sorry po.
so it's fine, it's fine. Can you open your camera lang po very quick?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon. Yes, can you quickly introduce lang po yourself? Like your complete name and then your current work po. Like ganun lang. You are on mute po, ma'am.
Well, hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joy May. I'm from PPA, PMO, Negros Oriental City Hall.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am. Sir Leo, are you there na po? Hello, sir? Okay. Yes. You are on mute po. Welcome back.
Okay po. Hello everyone, this is Leo. I'm working in a private company.
Okay. All right, thank you and welcome back po, sir. Nice to meet you
Okay,
again.
okay. Thank you.
Si Ma'am Christine parang nag-aano pa, co-connecting. Okay. Ma'am Christine, can you hear us po? Nasa biyahe si Ma'am Christine. Okay. Is it possible po to introduce yourself very quick lang? You are on mute po, ma'am. Okay. I think it's okay lang, ma'am, kasi nasa biyahe siya. So parang I think mahirap and then yung connection hindi talaga good. It's okay po, Ma'am Christine. So now we will go ahead and start with our training proper, guys. So as you can see, this is going to be our topic for today. So we will talk about HR 101 and we will talk about designing and implementing performance management system training. So most of you here works at admin. So basically, this is something that's going to really help everyone here. So we'll move on and let's start with this one. So again, this is our training rules only. So let's turn on our camera for the first 20 minutes of the training for just attendance purposes lang po. Wear proper clothing since the session will be recorded for quality and management purposes. Be attentive and be interactive during the discussion. And of course, let's respect everyone's opinions and suggestions po. Okay? So here, these are the program intended learning outcomes, which is the ILO. Number one, participants will be able to learn importance of performance. Hold on. Okay. All right. Let me just move it a little bit. Okay. Nawala ako. Hold on. Okay, so number two, participants will be able to understand challenges in the implementation of performance management system. And then ILO number three, participants will be able to assess performance management model. And the last but not the least, ILO number four, participants will be able to acquire knowledge on the use of performance evaluation tool and performance review tool. Okay, so this is what we're going to actually acquire after the training. All right, so here, knowledge check po tayo very quick. Do you have a clear performance management system in your organization? Like sa inyo pong company right now, do you have a clear performance management system in your organization? You can actually answer it by speaking through speaker or through your microphone, or if shy type tayo, we can just send a message sa chatting. so that everyone can see, and we can also compare your answers, or we can discuss your answers rather. No, okay, no, Ma'am Christine. It's okay, Ma'am Christine. Nasa biyahe po kayo. How about others? May clear performance management system ba yung company or yung administration like that? How about others po? What's your answer? Mama Fella? Ma'am Joy May? University? Yes, sa LGU. Still great. Okay. I forgot po. Saan po kayo ulit nagtatrabaho, ma'am? We have, but I want to improve pa. Yes, of course. Hold on Nawawala-wala yung ano ko, yung camera ko. Bear with me just a moment. Two weeks pa lang sa LGU, 20 years sa university. Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you so much for the answers. I really appreciate it. So yes, basically, if you are in a company like what I have before in the ESL company that I work with, as a manager, I really made sure that there is a performance management system so that we can of course acknowledge, appreciate those employee that is really doing good, and of course doing great with their job or with their classes because ESL ngayon. So if there is a teacher na nag-excel talaga ang performance, as much as possible, I wanna make sure that they are being acknowledged. They are being recognized para naman at least to make them more motivated to work hard and do their best pa po. Okay. So thank you so much again for the answer. So here we will go ahead and start the introduction to performance management system. So for you guys, what is performance management? In your own opinion. Just give me 1 quick minute po Very, very quick lang po. Hello? Okay, I'm back na. I just fixed the port ng camera ko kasi nawawala-wala. Okay, so yes, again, for you guys, what is performance management? So I'll go ahead and read this one first, okay? So performance management systems, which typically include performance appraisal and employee development, are the Achilles heel of human resources management. So they suffer flaws in many organizations, with employees, managers regularly bemoaning their ineffectiveness. So yes, yun na nga, as what I've mentioned a while ago, in your organization, if you are doing good and you have been given a acknowledgement, you are being recognized of your work, so somehow it would really help you to like namomotivate ka na mag-work hard pa. So for me, it's really helpful. How about sa inyo? Like sa company na pinagtrabahuan nyo, for example, previous company or like current company nyo, are they like acknowledging or recognizing your performance, especially if you did great? Meron po bang ganon? Okay, Mama Fela, thank you. Nawawala naman. Hold on. Bakit? Okay. Again, I'm so sorry ha if panay yung patay sindi ng camera ko kasi yung port na pinagsasaksakan ko medyo siya, loosen siya. Okay. So again, thank you so much for that, Mama Fela. This time, we will talk about the statistical data of concern. So here we have an example. A recent survey by Watson Wyatt showed that only 3 out of 10 workers agree that their company's performance management system helps improve performance. And then less than 40% of employees said their systems established clear performance goals, generated honest feedback, or used technology to streamline the process. Like, so ito na nga, 3 out of 10 ang nagsabi na ang company performance management system nila nag-help improve sa performance. So, what do you think is the other means? Is the other means to motivate your employee? So, let's say, for example, you're a manager, you are a supervisor. What other means do you think that helps your employee get motivated to work hard and do their best more? Aside from giving them acknowledgement, aside from recognizing them, what else do you think? Sir Node, I think you're speaking pero nakamute ka?
I think giving some cost incentives, right? Like increasing salary.
Exactly. I totally agree with that, Sir Node. Because yes, okay, we all know that we are working not because we just want to work. Like bored lang tayo. Gusto ko lang magtrabaho kasi bored ako. So again, our main goal while we are working is to get salary or to actually earn money. So if in case that the company is just like, yeah, recognizing, thank you, very good, you did a great job. Yes, it's really good. But somehow for me lang the most helpful means to make them gets more motivated is the incentive, bonuses. So like, sino ba naman dito ang hindi matutuwa at mamomotivate if may bonus, di ba? Or if may incentive tayong nakukuha. So that's the thing. So maybe dito sa Watson Wyatt na to, that's the reason why the tatlo lang yung nagsabi na okay naman. Kasi baka acknowledgement lang yung binibigay. Like ganon. Example lang po yan. Okay, so thank you so much, Sir Node. Now, still part of statistical data of concern that we have. So, I want to ask Ma'am Mafela if you can read the first part only. This part lang po, if it's possible.
Which one?
Dito lang.
Okay. While these results suggest that there may be poorly designed performance management system in many organizations, it is typically not poorly developed tools and processes that cause difficulties with performance management. Internet sense.
Okay, thank you. Thank you po, ma'am. So again, while these results suggest that there may be poorly designed performance management, again, not naman lahat ng organization walang performance management system. Most of the time, especially yung mga big company, yung mga big organization, they usually have this management system, a performance management system. It's just that maybe it's not that effective. Kasi it depends naman for the means or the way of performance acknowledgement yung binibigay. So the truth is, difficulties arise because at its core, performance management is a highly personal and often threatening process for both managers and employees. Yes, and then at the same time, it's kind of a little bit pressure if you are one of the admin or one of the higher rank personnel sa company nyo, because again, all eyes on you then. And then like all of the decisions that you made should be somehow equal. Kasi meron naman na para sa'yo equal siya, pero pagdating sa mga empleyado, parang they would say that, okay, it's just the company that's going to benefit that kind of system. Like ganon. So, dyan na po tayo or dyan na po mag-occur yung mga complaints and then gossip. So that's something that we don't want to happen. All right. So how about the challenges? Challenges in the implementation. So eto na rin, I have experience here before that whenever I actually implement a rules or regulations, rather, I am making sure that I am somehow reluctant. Yes, I am somehow reluctant because baka hindi lahat mag-okay. Hindi lahat magfa-follow. Like hindi naman lahat ng empleyado is good follower eh. Meron talagang mga pasaway, something like that. Okay, so I wanna call on Ma'am Christine if it's okay to read the part of this part po. The challenges in the implementation.
Managers are reluctant to provide candid feedback and have honest discussions with employees for a fear of reprisal or damaging relationships with the very individuals they count on to get work done. Employees feel that their managers are unskilled at discussing their performance and ineffective at coaching them on how to develop their skills.
Okay, maraming salamat Ma'am Christine. So this is na nga what I've mentioned a while ago. If you are one of the personnel in the position, especially on the higher rank one, it's something na I don't know lang if it's me lang na naka-feel na I was somehow hesitant and reluctant to actually provide those feedbacks or those implementations because somehow I am a type of person that I always think of what others think. So ganon, like I can't really translate in Tagalog but yes, naiintindihan naman po ba? Yung sinasabi ko? Okay. So yes, again, yun na nga. So I always think of what will others say or will others feel if i-implement ko ito. If okay ba sa kanila or hindi, something like that. So how about sa inyong part? Any suggestions lang or like sa inyong part, sino nga dito mga manager, supervisor, or like nasa admin? Can you type in or send us in chatting about the implementations or rules na in-implement nyo and then the result is not that effective? Or hindi lahat nag-agree, hindi lahat nagandahan? Can you send us in chatting po? If you're a bit shy to actually speak, it's totally fine. Just send us a chat about those things. Like or like hindi naman kayo yung nag-implement. Let's say for example vice versa. Yung manager nyo, yung boss nyo, yung supervisor nyo, yung nag-implement ng rule, pero somehow hindi kayo nagandahan or hindi kayo agree sa rule na in-implement niya. Meron po bang ganon? Alright, Ma'am Robelyn said yes, meron po. Can you state po exactly what is that rules? Let's say for example, rule na bawal lumabas. Joke lang. Send us a chat po. Okay, Doc attachment requirement. Okay. So thank you so much po, Ma'am Robilyn, for that example. So ayun na nga, not all na ini-implement ng ating mga boss, ng ating mga manager is really somehow na-agree lahat or para sa lahat okay. So as a manager, it's somehow a challenge and a pressure in your part kasi you really have to think na ano ba yung mas magandang rule na pwede nating i-implement. Thank you, Ma'am Robilyn. Okay. All right. So here, performance management process. We'll go ahead and talk about the performance management process. So here again, we have a goal. So the goal that we have to set the what you call this, the graph. Some organization or company rather is actually making a graph like yung plano on what's gonna be the system that they'll be implementing. So here, example, look at this. So we will start with performance planning, ongoing feedback, employee input, performance evaluation, and then performance review. So first, of course, we need to make a plan about the system, about the rules that we're going to implement. In, of course, checking the performance or we'll actually making a performance system. And then ongoing feedback, of course, we will hear a lot of feedbacks about the rules that we just implemented. And then, paano ba ginagawa ng mga employee? Are they following ba or still not? And then, we will evaluate their performance. Right after that, we will review the performance that they actually had. So, it's somehow the process that we are really following or we are actually making. So, yun na po. Do we have this kind of planning or strategy goals in our company, in our organization? Like, does your organization also does this kind of strategy? Like, first they will plan ahead and then they will actually implement it. Then, of course, ongoing feedback, they will ask your feedback if how was it? Is it gonna be fine for that rule na in-implement? And then if ginagawa ni employee or not, and then we will evaluate if how does it work sa kanilang end, sa empleyado, and then we will review. Merong ganun ba dito na nangyayari? Okay. Yes po, if you have any questions or like answers, you can send it in our chatting. Wag po mahiya, okay? All right. So sige, let's move on sa performance management model. So determination of our organizational strategy and goals. So ito na nga. Let's say for example, ito na yung strategy natin. So what is performance planning, Sir Node? Can you please read it for us?
Performance planning. At the beginning of the performance management cycle, it is important to review with employees their performance expectations, including both the behaviors employees are expected to exhibit and the results they are expected to achieve during the upcoming rating cycle.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Node, for reading. So this is the first step in actually making a strategy and a goal in implementing a performance management system. So at the very beginning of the performance management cycle, we have to, it's really important that we actually review the employee's performance expectations. So ito na nga, i-think natin if once we implement this kind of policy, rules, how will it affect sa mga empleyado? How will it affect on their performance? So that includes, of course, their behaviors and then how they actually, what you call this, take action with this one. Okay. Thank you. Agree naman po lahat sa performance planning?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you po. So here, performance planning, we are all familiar with employees who may achieve exceptional results, but are extremely difficult to work with. Unhelpful or exhibit maladaptive behaviors at work, because such behaviors can be extremely disruptive. Behavior is important to consider in most work situations. I agree for this. And on the other hand, an employee can be extremely helpful, considerate, and interpersonality effective, yet never achieve any important results. So yun na nga, may mga empleyado tayo na exceptional yung skills, napakagaling, nag-excel talaga in every way that you actually ask them to do. But they are somehow the employees that parang mahirap ng what you call this, katrabaho, especially if you are just same level with them, like colleague lang kayo. So meron ba tayong ganito? Have we met someone that is like this, that is very good at everything, like pag may task na ibinigay, kaya, and then the performance level is really excellent, pero parang ang hirap i-reach out. May na-experience po ba tayo? Meron po ba like colleague nyo na ganon? Okay, Ma'am Robelyn, thank you. Yes. So, yeah, ako rin, I have experienced rin that like there's really an employee na competitive eh. Like, I don't know lang ha, pero like competitive sila in every way. Like they wanted to excel in each every time that there's a task being given to them, but somehow they are mahirap i-reach out kasi nga they are too focused in making sure that they will excel in the specific task that were given to them. So, yun na nga. Parang hindi natin makausap ng masyado, and then especially like mga hindi sila like mahilig makipag-usap sa iba, because again, they're really too focused in their performance, making sure that their performance will went well and they will excel sa kanilang task na given. So yes, thank you so much, Ma'am Robelyn, for that. So next, let's go ahead and learn about the ongoing feedback. So tapos na tayo sa first stage. Now let's move on sa second stage. After implementing or after planning and before implementing, we'll go ahead and know about the feedback. So since Ma'am Joy May, are you available po? Can you help us? Or can you please read the ongoing feedback? Ma'am Robelyn, are you with us?
Yes po.
Okay. It's okay lang po. Oo, paminsan-minsan lang naman to. Okay, ongoing feedback. Please read po.
During the performance planning process, both behavior and results expectations should have been set. Performance in both of these areas should be discussed and feedback provided on an ongoing basis throughout the rating period.
Okay, maraming salamat. Thank you so much, Ma'am Robelyn. So this is the time that we are going after the planning, or during the planning rather, we have to check both behavioral and behavioral result and then expectations. So if in case, let's say for example, you're going to think na if in case that we are going to implement this kind of policy in our organization, what's gonna be the effectivity? What's gonna be the outcome? Our employees will be able to take it positively or negatively, and mag-work ba? Magiging effective ba? Or mas lalala na hindi talaga magpo-progress or magpe-perform si employee? So somehow we have to weigh in. We have to weigh in if effective ba or hindi. So doon na tayo sa feedbacking. So the only way that we can actually determine the effectivity of the plan that we are actually doing is we have to set a goal, which is we are going to like survey. Tanong-tanong tayo sa ating empleyado, if let's say for example this will happen, what do you think? Is it gonna be okay, or like that? Okay, all right. So next, still part of ongoing feedback. So for the feedback process to work well, it must be a two-way communication process and a joint responsibility of managers and employees. Yes, not just the managers. So ito na nga, when we are making a decision, when we are doing the decision making na, it's not just only that yung atin lang, yung para sa atin lang, yung beneficial. Let's not only think about the company and the admin benefit. So we also need to make sure that it's also somehow beneficial sa empleyado para at least fair or equal naman yung result. And then our employee will not think na that policy that they're going to implement is para lang naman din sa kanila. Like ganon. So managers' responsibilities include providing feedback in a constructive, candid, and timely manner. Real time din. Like when we implement, right after, we can give feedback or we can actually give informations about it. Not just like after 2 months or after 3 months pa. So employees' responsibilities naman as an employee includes seeking feedback to ensure they understand how they are performing and reacting well to the feedback that they receive. So, if magkaroon tayo ng, or let's say for example, kausapin tayo ng ating mga manager or supervisor about our performance. So, not all is positive, right? There are some na negative. How do you take it? Can you give me your suggestion? Like for example, sa inyong part, you receive a feedback from your manager, which is not a positive one. It's somehow negative, somehow that you need to improve more. So how do you take it? Do you take it like against your manager, or you take it as a challenge and then you work hard and prove them wrong? Yes, ano po sa inyo? How do you take it? If in case, let's make a scenario that I am your manager and I actually give feedback or comments sa performance nyo na, Mafela, medyo kulang. Like ganon, example. Node, I think you need to do more. Something like that. How are you going to take it? Okay, thank you, Ma'am Robilyn. Yes, take it as a challenge. How about others? Wag mahiya. Don't be shy, guys. You can just speak, open your mic and speak. Or if shy type, send us a message. Aside from Ma'am Robelyn, how about others? What is your take on that one? Sumasama ba yung loob natin pag pinagsabihan tayo na medyo hindi okay ating performance? Yes, any other answers aside from Ma'am Robelyn? How about others? Sir Romely Apostol, you're here. Okay, Ma'am Romely, I think you were able to attend the previous training, right? If I can remember. Ma'am Romely, are you?
Yes po.
Yes, okay. Welcome back po. Kayo ni Sir Leo. So yes, send us a message po on what is your take about those. If you were able to receive a negative feedback from your boss or from your supervisor, do you take it as a challenge or sumasama yung loob natin and take it negatively against our manager?
Well, tinitake ko po siya as a room for improvement po for the next time po na ma-experience ko po uli yun. Ma-avoid ko na po nung problem po na yun.
Okay, yes. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sir Leo, as a challenge. Okay, Sir Leo, thank you so much din po sa answer. So yes, we definitely, for me, I take it as a challenge. Yes, medyo somehow I would feel bad for myself that I was not able to do it well. But the next time, I'm taking it as a challenge and making sure that I will be able to prove them wrong. Na no, kaya ko. Just give me time, something like that. Okay, thank you po. So now, we are now on the third stage of the strategy in implementing a performance management system. So employee input has been used effectively in many organizations. It sometimes takes the form of asking employees to provide self-ratings on performance standards, which are then compared with the manager's ratings and discussed. So somehow ganito din. Again, as what I've mentioned, it's always like equal, fair for everyone. It doesn't mean that you're a manager. It doesn't mean that you are in a higher position. You are given a lot of recognitions and acknowledgement most of the time, because not all manager naman is perfect. So they still also have an improvement, a room for improvement. So somehow, some previous work ko as a manager, we do it fairly. Like anonymous lang sila, of course. We do it anonymously para hindi naman sumama yung loob ko pag may nasabi silang hindi maganda. And then at the same time, so that they will not think na pag-iinitan ko sila if I would know that they give me a negative feedback. So to make sure that hindi sila matatakot magbigay ng honest feedback nila, for me, I let them do it and tag them anonymous. So that I would say that don't worry, I will not know that it's you who give me this kind of feedback. So they are also giving me feedback as their manager. And I'm also giving them feedback as the employee. So yes, ganun lang. Fair lang. And part of employee input is experienced practitioners have found that this type of process and discussion can lead to increased defensiveness, disagreements, and bad feelings between employees and managers. If managers ultimately rate employees less effectively than they have rated themselves, of course. So let's say, for example, I will rate myself 10, and then my employee, I just rate them 5, 4. So it's bias. So we have to also, again, give equal performance output, and then feedback should also be the same. Magpaka-humble tayo. Magpaka-humble tayo as a manager or as a supervisor. Okay, so now we are on the fourth stage of our strategy. It's the performance evaluation. So right now, I'm gonna call on, sino pa ba nandito? Sige, si Sir Leo na lang. Sir Leo, available pa tayo? Can you read performance evaluation for us po?
Okay po.
Okay, thank you.
Okay po. So, performance evaluation. Today, many organizations are using competency models as a basis for their performance management system. Competency models articulate the knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics that are deemed to be most instrumental for achieving positive organizational outcomes.
Okay, there you go. And thank you so much, Sir Leo, for reading it for us. So performance evaluation. So this time, there's a lot and many organizations that actually use competency models as a basis for their performance management system. So it's always the like ginagawa nilang at the same time. So for the competency models, articulate the knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics that are deemed to be most instrumental for achieving positive organizational outcomes. So they always again, give comparison at the same time. And then what do you call this? They are evaluating the knowledge, skills, abilities, and the characteristic of their employees. So yes. Now, how about the performance review? So nandito na tayo sa performance evaluation. So this is an example form of the performance evaluation. So let's say, for example, we have this one, sample performance rating form. So employee's name, manager's name, and then key work responsibilities. What are the tasks designated for that employee, and the result? Let's say, for example, you are an assistant, you are an executive assistant next to the CEO. So your main responsibility is to really assist the CEO, planning, calendar making, email, and then schedules. So we have to put it here, right here, each responsibility of your task, or the task that rather that was given to you. And then right after that, next to it is also the result. If you are able to really assess your CEO ba, or somehow may lapses tayo, and then sa calendar making may nakakalimutan ba, something like that. So behavioral assessment of competencies, also we have to check the behavior towards the task. If they are doing it in a timely manner, they are meeting the deadline, or they are actually beyond the deadline, or they're making it beyond the deadline. So something like that. Example lang po ito, ha? So that we can just have an idea or a picture of what is an example of performance evaluation. Okay, so still here, behavioral assessment of competency. So we have also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then below expectations, meet expectations, and role model. So if nasa role model ka, syempre excellent talaga. You're excellent in that kind of task. You're able to do it way beyond expectations. So for the below expectation, even with guidance, employee still fails to prepare straightforward communications, including forms, paperwork, and records, in a timely and accurate manner. Products required minimal correction, even with guidance fails to adapt style and materials to communicate straightforward information. So, marami pang lapses. Marami pang room for improvement. So, that's gonna be the rate for below expectation. But for the meet expectation naman, with guidance, of course, prepared straightforward communication, including forms, paperwork, and records in a timely and accurate manner. Products require minimal corrections. With guidance, adapt style and material to communicate straightforward information. So like you're meeting the expectation. Like for example, you're sending your report on time or before the deadline. But if you are a role model, which is the number 5, independently prepares communication. So this time, like kahit walang guidance, kahit walang supervision, you are able to prepare communications such as forms, paperwork, and records. So like minimal guidance lang or kahit wala na, kaya. Like there's an initiative to actually do the task or finish the task on time or even before on time, before deadline rather. Okay. All right. So performance evaluation here, organizational know-how, and then personal effectiveness, teamwork, and achieving business results. So these are just example format of making an evaluation, performance evaluation. So now we are on the last but not the least stage of the strategy and goals that we can have in implementing a performance management system. So performance review. I want to call on Ma'am Robilyn to actually read the performance review, please.
Performance review, assuming that feedback has been provided on an ongoing basis, the formal performance review session should simply be a recap of what is occurred throughout the rating period. In other words, there should be no surprises in the performance review.
Oo. Wala nang pa-surprise effect na, oy, ganon. So assuming that feedback has been provided on an ongoing basis. So for the formal performance review session, recap na lang tayo on what has occurred throughout the rating period, or like give at the same time an idea to them, like kung ano yung stage or the number of stage na na-reach nila, and then at the same time like there's no surprise. Ang ditong surprise na ito is like okay, since you did not meet the standard that we have, you failed to do your job well, we're gonna terminate. Wala naman sana ganon, no? Like surprise lang na yung evaluation pala, it's going to cause losing the job that they have. So as much as possible, let's just give them a chance, and at the same time, let's also give them fair feedback, and then give them a time to actually improve. Okay? All right, so still here, performance review, low impact, moderate impact, high impact. Example lang. And then this time, narrative. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. So we're done with that. So now let's go ahead and have the activity time. Okay. After this, we will take our 10 minutes break to actually go to toilet or uminom tubig. So here, our activity time will be as we will assemble again the jumbled letters. So the words that we will be having here is also part of our discussion a while ago. So in jumbled words, all that you needed to do is to arrange the words I shuffled. So you may type your answers using the chat box, or you can actually guess, or the first one to guess with the word will be given a good fortune. But at the same time, you can also speak if you wanted to use your microphone. You can just speak na lang. So, let's go. This is the first word that we have.
Performance.
Sino yon? Hindi ko na narinig kung sino.
Performance.
Mama Fela? Or Ma'am Robelyn? Okay, very good. Performance nga ba? Wow, good job. Exciting to kasi if you are like participant before sa mga quiz bee, spelling bee, this is somehow interesting. Oo, last time meron kaming like winner. Every time na i-show ko talaga is alert siya. So, yun pala is nung high school siya, she is one of the participants sa spelling bee, gano'n. So, dito na tayo. Again, if you don't wanna speak, just use our chat box. Habol yung iba. How about this one?
Resource.
Resource. Sino yon?
Ako po, ma'am.
Joy May? Ma'am Joy May?
Yes po. Yes po.
Okay, alright. 1 point na sa Ma'am Joy May. Alright, very good. Very good. Resource. Another one. Sir Nold kaya.
Evaluation.
Again po?
Evaluation.
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 Yeah. Evaluation. Okay. Alright. So this is the word like I was mentioning a while ago, evaluation. Okay. Alright. So that's it. Thank you so much for that. So now before we proceed with implementation of performance management system, which is this part, let's go ahead and take our 10 minutes break. Let's be back. What time na ba? Let's be back at 2:13. 10 minutes lang po. Okay, we're back na po. Okay. Is everyone back na? Nandito na ba lahat ulit? Hello? Stay back lang po sa ating chatting. Hello, everyone? Are you here na? Okay, Ma'am Romilly, back na. How about others? Nandito na po lahat? Okay, Sir Node, you're there. I can see you. Sir Leo. How about others? Ma'am Robeline, Ma'am Joy May. Ma'am Mafela, okay. Ma'am Christine, okay na? Okay, Ma'am Joy May. All right. Okay, thank you so much. So how was your 10 minutes break? Life-changing ba? Okay, sige na. Let's move on and let's continue with the remaining slides that we have left regarding implementation of performance management system. Okay, so we're done with the activity time. So right now, let's also go ahead and talk about the implementation of PMS. So PMS, or the Property Management System. Cornerstones of successful implementation. So the most challenging and the most important part of developing an effective performance management system is successful implementation. And there are several aspects to implementation, but at its core is providing a user-friendly, value-added system that both managers and employees can and will use effectively. So again, for this one, we have to, as what I keep on saying a while ago, we have to make sure or ensure that the strategy, the system that we're going to implement is basically effective, not just only for the admin part or on the admin side or the manager side, but at the same time to your employee side. So let's have it equally and fairly, that is not only beneficial to the manager's part, but also beneficial to your subordinates and to your employee. Okay, so here, cornerstones of successful implementation. So number one, ensure alignment with other HR systems. So yes, dapat talaga align siya, like nagpa-follow din siya sa ibang mga HR systems. Get organizational members on board. Yes, we have to also like have a specific member for that specific department para at least like hindi naman ma-overwork yung isa. Like if isa lang. So dapat they have to cooperate, or there should be like a team that's going to organize that kind of strategy or planning method. Evaluate and improve, pilot test your new system, train employees and managers. So these are just some of the few example about a successful implementation of the system that we are actually planning. So it's really good if you are thinking ahead of time and at the same time getting feedback on what's going to be the effectiveness of that policy or rules that you are going to implement before you actually implement it to everyone or to your employees. So ensure alignment with other HR systems. Okay, so I want to ask Sir Node if you can read this part, please, if it's okay. Mute po. Naka-mute po kayo. It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
In developing a performance management system, it is important to ensure that is aligned with other HR systems in the organization. For example, competencies used as the basis for performance management should be the same as those used for recruitment, staffing, and training. This not only ensures the employees are being hired, trained, and appraised on consistent set of critical job requirements, but it is also send a strong message internally and externally about what is valued by the organization.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Note, for reading. So again, making sure that the implementation or the plan that you are actually making in implementing the system or the performance system is also align with other HR systems. So most of the time, for the performance basis or for the performance management system that we are actually doing, most of the time competency talaga, like the competitiveness of each and every one of your employee, because it's their ability to do something successfully or efficiently on the specific and given task to them. So same as of course with the recruitment, staffing and training. So dapat very competitive din yung ating mga plano, yung ating mga materials, something that would really help them improve more. Okay? So next, let's get our organizational members on board. So this is also very important and somehow helpful, because if you are just going to assign it to a specific person or like an only person that will be doing everything about the planning and everything, it must be very hard for that person to actually do it alone, because at the same time, like walang suggestion or opinions from others. Like ako, I really agree na pag may nag-suggest, because somehow there are sometimes na may naiisip tayo na para sa atin effective, pero like sa iba hindi pala. So for me before, when I was a manager, I always make sure that I am open for any opinions or suggestions, kasi somehow doon din ako nagiget ng idea. Kasi for me every day is a learning process. It's not just if you are a teacher, you are the one teaching, so ikaw lang yung nagtuturo, ikaw lang yung nag-give ng idea. Not all the time like that. Somehow makakakuha ka rin ng idea from your students or from your employee. So I usually ask feedback, I usually ask suggestions from others if okay ba if ganito yung gawin natin, something like that. So I usually do that. So in order for any performance management system to be effective, organizational members must be motivated to use it properly. The literature on many different types of management programs shows that effective program implementation depends on the level of top management commitment. The stronger the commitment, the greater the potential for program success. So, dapat mag-build tayo ng like group to actually plan this rule that we are going to implement. And then at the same time, again, ask suggestions, ask opinions from others or from each and every one, para naman at least sa atin kasi mga Pinoy, majority is always what we are getting eh. If yung ng majority nakakarami, yun talaga. So it's somehow effective. Kasi nga marami yung may gusto, marami yung okay sa ganong policy. All right, so evaluate and improve. This time I'm going to ask Ma'am Joy May to actually read this one, please. Ma'am Joy May, are you there? Okay, I want to call on Mama Fella na lang. Mama Fella, please.
Evaluate
Okay.
and improve.
Evaluate and improve.
Performance management systems need to be evaluated and continually improved over time. There are several metrics that should be tracked to assess how effectively the system is operating. Management review helps ensure that narrative descriptions match ratings, and that ratings are not positively or negatively biased. That especially high or low ratings have been properly justified, that valuation criteria are being applied systematically across supervisors and employees, and that proper distinctions are made between employees.
Okay, maraming salamat. Thank you so much, Mama Fella. So I want to ask you, Mama Fella, after reading this part, what comes into your mind? Ano yung naiisip nyo after you read the evaluate and improve?
Okay po. Kasi everyday may change sa operation, sa system, sa procedure ng isang organization. So same case with the SPMS at PMP, kailangan continuous yung review para kumbaga, yung basis ng assessment sa mga employees ay hindi lang siya traditional kasi sa bilis ng panahon ngayon, pati yung operations, yung sistema ng isang organization nagbabago din, di ba? At yung
Exactly.
mga mechanism na ginagamit mo, lagi mo ding nire-review, ini-improve, ini-enhance. Oh, ano pa ba?
Oh, wow. Very well said. Very good. Thank you so much. I totally agree with you on that, Mama Fela. Because yes, most of the time, like sa atin, as far as I've noticed, pag beginner ka, like baguhan ka sa company, that's the time that you will get the training, the additional evaluations of everything. Like all eyes on you talaga. But right after a couple of months staying in that company, wala na, like there's no succeeding and continuous evaluation or trainings with the employee, especially if they are the tenured one or the older one. So yeah, for me, I would really agree if there's a continuous evaluation training, as well as to improve them, or to actually make sure that they are still being guided properly, because sometimes, like, it's common, as far as I've noticed lang, na if baguhan ka, of course you are really obedient with the policies, rules, and restrictions that was implemented by the company or organization. But right after a couple of months, medyo hindi na. May mga ginagawa tayo na somehow alam natin na hindi na talaga based sa process or sa normal rules natin. So in order for us to really make sure, again, yes, I agree that there's changes, or constant changes every day. Like, let's embrace changes, but at the same time, let's not forget to continuously evaluate them and give them feedback about their performance, so that they will not be left behind naman, or wag sila mawala sa system na ating fina-follow. So yes, I agree. Thank you so much, Mama Fela. Very well said. Okay, so pilot test right now. Another important factor. Hold on, I'll just move it. Okay, another important factor in ensuring a successful implementation is to pilot test the new process in a couple of units prior to large-scale implementation. Yes, we have to really do this. Pilot testing will show if the system functions smoothly and efficiently. It will also show if managers and employees understand the support and process, or if further change management efforts are needed. Importantly, a pilot test provides an opportunity to gauge reactions to the system and make adjustments that will facilitate organization-wide implementation. So, yun na nga. Before natin i-implement, as what I keep on saying din, before natin i-implement yung specific rule or system that we are going to follow, we also have to ensure that, to actually make sure that it's going to be successful, we have to do a pilot test, or like testing, if for us to see the effectivity of the specific rule that we are going to implement. So it's really better to, again, also part of the testing is like the feedbacking, asking employees, not just managers, employees at the same time, about how does it work, if it's effective or not. So yes, pilot testing is really something that we can use. So train employees and managers. I want to ask Ma'am Robelyn to actually read this one, please.
Train employees and managers. Employees and managers need to be able and motivated to use the performance management system effectively. Training helps accomplish both of these objectives. There are a number of training formats that can be used for performance management. Classroom training, job aids, or web-based training can be used, each of which has advantages and disadvantages.
Okay, thank you so much as well, Ma'am Robelyn. So after reading this, like the same question that I actually asked with Mama Fela, after reading this, what comes into your mind, or how do you understand the train employees and managers part?
Very important yung magkaroon ng awareness, both the employees and the managers, in terms of implementation ng mga system, or even not only the performance management system but other system ng company.
Okay, thank you so much. So yes, for this one, constant training, as what I've mentioned as well in the previous slide that we have, constant evaluation, training, and feedbacking is also somehow important and effective, because in that way, those tenured employee, or stayed in the company or organization for a couple of months. So somehow, sometimes they will not just really left behind, but parang maliliko, yung ganon. Yung maiiba na yung system na follow nila, kasi they would also get that system from tenured ones na okay lang kahit wag mo nang ano yan, kahit wag mo nang gawin, hindi naman ganoon ka-importante, something like that. So let's say for example, that's part of the system na fina-follow natin, but then it actually comes to the time na yun na nga, may magsasuggest sa inyo, okay lang, wag mo nang tapusin, it's fine lang naman, hindi naman ano yan, like ganon. So mayu-use ka na okay lang naman pala ito. So as a tenured employee, you would get to use doing that thing na hindi part na ng system, or like you're not you're not following na the rules that implemented by the company or the organization. So somehow, if you are going to have a constant training from time to time, not really like every day naman, kasi napaka naman yun, like time consuming. So like after like 3 months or after 2 months maybe, so you can attend this enhancement training like that, because that's what I did before in my previous company. We have an enhancement training like every after 4 months or 6 months. It depends if we are not that busy. So usually it's going to be 3 months or 4 months or 6 months. Train them again. It's not only training them because they are not good anymore. It's just an enhancement training, refresher kung baga nung mga tinuro from the very start or from the very beginning after they get hired. So yes. So classroom training, job aids, or web-based training can be used, each of which has advantage and disadvantages. So yes. Okay. So right now, I want to ask if let's have a quick knowledge check. Do you ever use the data collected from the performance evaluations to improve employee performance? Knowledge check tayo. So, there's no right or wrong answer, kaya wag mahiya. Magbigay ng opinions and suggestions about this question. Do you ever use the data collected from the performance evaluations to improve employee performance? Okay, Ma'am Robelyn said yes. How do you use it, Ma'am Robelyn? Ma'am Robelyn, what's your position nga again from your company?
Admin and HR manager po.
Okay, so this is really somehow applicable sa iyo talaga. Okay, so as an HR, as a manager, so do you, I just want to ask lang ha, sa mga previous natin na diniscuss, meron ba doon na talagang nangyari sa opisina?
Opo, meron po.
Okay, can you give us an example? Exactly what is it?
Normally, after ng data gathering, pagdating sa performance evaluation, meron pa minsan konting revision, merong na-overlook or na hindi na ika-count. So, yun minsan yung parang natatagalan. At the same time, yung parang during evaluation, meron parang pagdating na sa final evaluation is hindi minsan hindi naman siya ganito. Parang ganon. Parang ang baba nito. Parang ganon. So parang babalik ulit sa i-refresh mo ulit yung mga bagay na nirate mo pagdating doon sa isang employee.
Oo. Para like you're not sure from the first time na siguro like medyo nagmamadali, so ganito lang. And then after the review, ay, parang hindi ganon. Parang hindi siya ganon eh. Parang hindi siya magaling. Like
when you consolidate the total of your employees, so magkakaroon na ng parang ranking. Yun, medyo doon ka mapapaisip na parang bumaba to, tumaas ba to, ganun. Babalikan na naman.
Oh, yes, exactly. Because as what I said nga, review is really important because yun nga, sabi mo may makikita kang miss. Oh, bakit ganito yung score niya? Like hindi naman siya ganun kagaling. Kasi there are just times na pag-review natin or pag-evaluate natin rather, medyo nagmamadali tayo or medyo busy siguro. Kaya like, okay, yes na lang to, yes na lang to. And then later on, the benefit of reviewing is really like that. It somehow will allow you to still double check if the evaluation is indeed the right one.
Yes,
Kasi kasi nga yun eh. Like ako noon I admit to myself that medyo ganun ako somehow. If especially if like kaliwat kanan yung trabaho, like
Yes po,
kaliwat
opo.
kanan yung okay sige. And then yung nagmamadali ka kasi deadline na, kailangan nang isubmit yung evaluation ng mga employees. So all you just need to do is just check XXX something like that. I do that too. I admit that. I am sala rin ako sa mga ganon before. So somehow because at the same time tinithink ko na rin na okay lang, may final review lang naman eh. Pero somehow syempre like double job, like
Opo.
another waste of time kasi nga hindi mo ginawa ng tama
Tama.
sa designated time niya.
Opo.
And then gagawin mo ulit. So
Ah.
somehow at first yun yung sa akin. Like I keep on thinking na okay lang, check ko na lang to kasi deadline na tomorrow, so I just need to make sure that I'll be able to submit it on time. Pero hindi mo na make sure na yung ginawa mo hindi pala ganun ka kompleto or hindi siya ganun ka perfect. So somehow we have to be perfectionist then. So siguro lang kasi as like you, manager HR, I understand na hindi lang isa yung fino-focus mo. Like what I have before, marami kang ginagawa, marami kang task na kailangan tapusin. So somehow ganun na padalian na lang. But later on, again, the benefit of the review, evaluation review is doon na makikita mo yung mga mistakes and then pwede pang ulitin. It's just that the disadvantage of doing that is like you are wasting more time. Kasi parang ginawa mo lang ulit. Sana tapos na to eh. Sana review ka na lang ngayon eh. Pero uulitin mo kasi mali yung nagawa mo. So, I admit that. I am part of it somehow. Okay, thank you, Ma'am Robelyn. How about others, Sir Nold? I forgot. I'm sorry ha kasi marami kayo and then nalimutan ko. What's your position nga in your organization? We can't hear you po. I think you're on mute. Naka-mute po kayo.
Hi, hello ma'am.
Oo.
I'm a school administrator of junior high school.
Wow, okay. Hello, sir. Okay, school administration. All right. So,
Part-time lang, part-time.
part-time. Oh, do you have
Kasi
full-time?
I have a Paris during Monday to Sunday. I am working as Paris priest. Then during my free time, I go to school.
Ulit po, ano po yung ginagawa nyo?
So I have a double work. I'm a parish priest, and at the same time, a school administrator.
A parish priest.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Aglipay, independent church.
okay. I heard that one, Aglipay thing. Thank you po. So yes, as a school administration, even though it's part-time, still you have a task to do. You have a task to do. So yes, how do you use the data collected from the performance evaluations to make sure that it's giving an improvement to your employees' performance?
Yeah.
Or to your subordinates na lang if wala.
Sa amin po, sa school, actually, hindi po kami ang nag-evaluate. Third party ang nag-evaluate. So, para sa amin, napakahirap pong tanggapin kasi outsiders po kasi yung mag-grade sa amin. So, binibigyan kami ng rating from 1 to 5. Ganun. So, pag kami nabigyan ng poor, very poor na remarks, medyo masakit sa amin. Kasi tagalabas. Lalo-lalo na mga DepEd, national, mga region, mga division, superintendent ang dumadalaw sa school. So meron silang assessment tools na ibinibigay. So lahat ng mga forms na yan ay provided by the DepEd. So ang mga questionnaires, tine-check na lang po. Binibigyan yung employee, mga teachers, sa admin, binibigyan din kami ng checklist. Yung mga parents, yung mga estudyante, tinatawag po nila, binibigyan din sila ng mga checklist, mga answer sheet na gagawin, question. At tinatawag din po nila yung mga estudyante. So marami, lahat po ng areas, hindi lang po employee, kundi yung total overview ng school ay pinapakialaman talaga nila, tine-check po nila. So para sa amin, kung minsan, pag pumasa, masaya na kami. Ngayon, kung bumagsak naman, okay lang naman, parang challenge din po sa amin para mag-workout po ulit. So, ang para sa amin kasi sa school, hindi namin kasi namin alam kung sa feeling po namin pasado, pero sa third party, bagsak. Parang gano'n. Kaya, tapos, parang pupunta na naman sa ibang school, parang may favoritism sila, parang gano'n. Tapos tatawagan namin sila, pumasa kami, parang gano'n. Kami, very poor, gano'n. Kami, pasado kami, gano'n. So, hindi ko talaga makuha yung mga evaluator, yung talagang, yung sense ng kanilang appreciation kung paano talaga malalaman kung pasado hindi. Pero ang isa sa mga tinitignan po kasi nila sa mga evaluator namin, yung facilities, lalong-lalo sa school. Pag talagang mahina yung o hindi po maayos yung sistema ng mga facilities, talagang parang nakasimangot din yung mag-evaluate. Tinitignan nila yung CR, classrooms, yung mga outside na mga improvement ng schools. Talagang nire-report talaga namin sa isa. Pati din yung mga problema ng teachers, kakausapin din ng mga DepEd. Anong problema nyo? Nakahiwalay. Hiwalay ang teachers, hiwalay ang parents, hiwalay ang estudyante. Nakahiwalay din po ako. Ganun po yung sistema ng ginagawa po nilang pag-evaluate. So para sa amin, standard po yung questionnaires, buong Pilipinas, pare-parehas po sila ng assessment tools na ginagamit. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much po for sharing, ha. Like, yeah, I noticed that when I was a student, because before I work, hindi naman work, I was a working student pala sa aming university. So, na-notice ko doon na dapat presentable talaga yung building. Kasi if the building is presentable, everyone in the office is presentable, like medyo positive, like ganon. I've noticed that. So I totally agree po sa mga ganon. Yeah, and then the sad part lang is, yun na nga, if somehow medyo sa inyo normal na if makaget kayo ng poor performance evaluation, like normal na, okay. And then like chamba or like maybe very very good if nakakuha kayo ng excellent performance or like evaluation. Okay, so yes, thank you so much. Hold on. Ay, okay. All right. Intermittent na po ang connection ko, Ma'am Zenny. Brown out na po kami. Off na po ang PLDT fiber. Super lakas na po ng hangin. Ay, may bagyo ba? May advisory ng DRMMO. Please bear with me. Okay, it's okay, Ma'am Mafela. Oo. I think hindi ako aware, ha, hindi kasi ako pala panood ng mga news or TV. So, pero like maulan din dito sa amin. So, may bagyo siguro. Okay. Stay safe po, Mama Fela. Diyan, ha? It's okay lang po. I understand naman. Okay, thank you so much again, Sir Node, for sharing. I really appreciate, and somehow it's relatable because I work as a working student in our school when I was in college. So I have an experience as well that yung TESDA. If you're familiar with TESDA, they are like doing I forgot exactly the term that they are actually using pag mag-visit sila sa opisina or sa school itself. So pag alam namin na may visit ang TESDA sa school namin, what we are doing is super linis, like general cleaning, everything. Oo, lahat kami pagod na pagod, especially yung working student kasi kami yung maglilinis ng buong opisina, making sure that the office, the school itself is presentable when they arrive. And then we will prepare food and then really like accommodate them. And then somehow, never naman namin na-experience yung bad evaluation or poor evaluation from TESDA. Maybe because of the presentation or because of the structure of the school itself. And then medyo yun nga, dapat approachable, accommodating, very like sis talk, ganon, para at least like entertaining. So somehow siguro ganon. Okay, thank you. So now I cannot actually ask Mama Fella, but how about Ma'am Christine? Si Ma'am Joy May maingay daw maingay daw sa niya, sa office niya. It's okay po, Ma'am Joy May. But again, you can send your answer here sa chat box or sa chatting natin para at least we will know na din. So, Ma'am Christine, are you there po? Okay. If you're available, Ma'am Christine, I want to ask you about the same thing like Ma'am Robilyn and Sir Nold answer. So do you ever use the data collected from the performance evaluations to improve your employee performance? But before you answer that, Ma'am Christine, can you also give us again your position from the organization that you're working with? Ma'am Christine, if you're talking, we cannot hear you because you're on mute. Mama Fela, okay lang po kayo dyan? Hindi pa naman malakas yung yung ulan, hangin pa lang?
Lumipat ako ma'am sa Globe. Baka sakali makapakinig ako sa inyo hanggang 3 o'clock.
Okay, alright. Few
Okay
minutes
pa
na lang
naman
left.
po.
Oo, okay na. Thank you. Mabuti may backup. Globe din yung ko. Globe din yung gamit ko actually. And so far so good pa naman. And then yes, maulan especially kagabi. Like it started to rain from afternoon until this morning, but right now medyo mainit na. As you can see, nagpupunas ako ng pawis kasi medyo mainit na. Okay. Mama Fela, okay na po ba? Can you share your answer or hindi talaga kaya? It's okay po. I can see that your line is intermittent talaga. Static siya. Hindi ka namin medyo marinig. Okay. Ma'am Christine, okay na po ba?
Yung sa data po? Yung sa data? Yung if data?
Naka-data,
What do you mean,
internet.
ma'am? The data collected?
Kaya po ba? Kaya po ba? Makapag answer?
Ayan. What do you mean po? The data collected? The performance evaluation? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can. We can po. How about others? Can you hear Mama Fela?
Naririnig ko po, ma'am.
Naririnig ka. Naririnig ka namin. Yes. Okay po ba? Kaya po ba? It's okay lang po pag hindi talaga kaya.
Yung sa mga employees po, the data gathered out of their performance evaluation kung ginagamit, yun,
To
yun po
improve,
yun
to
pala.
improve the
Mm.
performance of an employee.
Ay, okay. Kasi kailangan kailangang gamitin yung data as a basis. Kasi yung individual performance at nagkaroon ka ng target na dapat i-achieve will also affect the agency performance. So, talaga ang aming agency ginagamit yung data if it's weak or low, kailangan ma-improve ba siya kasi or else affected yung buong organization.
That's it pa?
Opo, kaya pag tinitingnan kung naka-target kami sa core function, sa mga support function at mababa yung mga evaluation ng mga employees, tinitingnan talaga ng mga top management on how to improve para maabot namin yung certain percentage na gusto naming i-achieve per office or per unit or the agency in general. Kasi yung kababaan ng isa ay ang mababang rating or ano ng isa ay maka-affect ng buong organization. So the data collected are being used. Kasi magiging useless yun, ma'am, kapag hindi mo siya gamitin.
Exactly,
Tsaka
exactly.
kawawa din talaga ang employee, no? In our case, the performance, what do you call this? The bonus, the incentive, di ba? Ay after doon. May isa lang po akong i-share. Ang amin pong mga utility, pag performance evaluation, sila ang nakakakuha ng mas malaking bonus.
Exactly. I agree.
Kami na pagod sa research, sa extension, sa instruction, sa production, naubos na mamang sweldo namin, mababa lang. Sila mga 40,000-50,000 na kami. We're not able to meet our target na kami yung nagtrabaho ng husto na gano'n. Kasi yun yung core function mo na hindi mo na-achieve, di ba? Na-attain. So talagang medyo, kung titingnan ko minsan, paano kaya gagawa ng rating scale to na maging fair enough sa lahat, ano? Pero parang tinagal-tagal naman ng mga ganito, parang wala pang nakaka-troubleshoot ng issue na yan. Ay, ang janitor na, pag sinabi niya lang, magwalis ako ng 1 hektarya o ng 100 by 200 square meter, natapos niya yun, aba, perfect score. Ay, ang isang researcher,
And bonus na.
To do 2 research in a year, hindi ka nakatapos ng isa month, 0 na. 1. Diba?
I can relate to that, Mama Fela. Like, before, yes, again, manager din ako ng ESL. So, most of the time, yung nakakakuha ng maraming bonuses and incentive is the teachers. Like, ako yung taga-bigay ng ng bonus sa kanila. And parang every time na magbigay ako sa kanila, of course, that money is not coming from me personally, it's from the company. Pero, like, parang nasasad ako. No, tagahawak lang ako ng pera and then tagabigay sa kanila, but pero wala ako, like gano'n. Okay lang, pero the fact that ikaw yung yung nag-work hard for that incentive program to be implemented, and then ikaw talaga nag-checking, coaching, checking their performance, pero like at the end of the day, sila yung benefit dan. So yun lang yung sad part sa mga admin, like kasi most of the time sa company is ang pina-prioritize is the employee, the one that's actually working with it, with the process itself. So yung mga taga decision making, implementation, hindi naman talaga ganon. So yes. But anyways, thank you so much for that. Ma'am Christine, may add po kayo? Yes po. Okay. Performance evaluation help the employee increase motivation, especially when employees are appreciated for their contribution. They are motivated to work towards the goal of organization. Yes, again, helpful talaga yung mga acknowledge. So sa mga higher ups dito or higher position, employee, it's somehow very helpful if we are acknowledging each performance of our employee. So whether it's not that it's not that, if even if it's not that perfect, let's acknowledge, appreciate them for their hard work, because it somehow gives them the motivation to do work, to do more and work hard, para ma-appreciate pa. And of course, if merong budget, mas better if yung mga incentive program will be implemented too. Okay? All right. So I know others here is having some kind of connection problem because maybe of the weather or the typhoon. So it's really okay. Right now, we are actually done with our training for today. But before we do that, we will be having a photo ops. So we will be taking pictures, okay? All you need to do is just quickly open your camera para lang makapag-picture taking. And then right after that, it's gonna be fine. This will be posted and certificates will be sent to you right after the training by the company, okay? Or by the management rather. So let's just open our camera real quick. Hold on. Okay. Ma'am Joy May, kaya po ba mag-open cam? Very quick. Sir Leo, Sir Ma'am Romilly. Very quick lang po. Nawala si Sir Leo. Nasaan na yan? Hold on po. Please give me 1 quick minute. Hold on lang po ha. Okay. All right. I'll just count 3. Nasaan na si Sir Leo? Nawala na siya. Sir Leo will give you like 5 seconds. Okay, sige. Alright, si Sir Leo nalabas. Baka may problem sa internet. Ma'am Joy May, Ma'am Mafela, quick open the cam po para para mag-pictorial. Very quick lang. Di ba?
Ay, hindi ako na marunong nito.
Kanina naka-open cam po kayo. It's okay na lang po. It's fine. May next time pa naman po. Mag-pictorial tayo. Okay. I'll just count 3, ha? And then, smile. Oh, there you are. Oh, di ba? Nandiyan na si Mama Pela. Okay. In 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hold on. Let me ask. Okay, it's done. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate your time and patience. So hope to see you again next time. See you and take care. Oh, Sir Leo, dito ka na. Let me ask if we can take another one. Sir Leo, can you open your camera po?
Thank you po.
Okay. Hold on po, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hold on. Let me just ask po if kaya kasi si Sir Leo nandito na. Para kompleto. Okay, sige. One more. Sorry, guys. Ma'am Joy May, can you open it again po? Very quick lang po. Hold on. In 3 po ha. Ma'am Joy May, okay. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. I think it's done. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you din po.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you.